Welcome back, guys, to Chavez Custom Detailing. Today we're going to talk about how to decontaminate your paint when you're ready to get it ready for polish. So decontaminating your paint is very important to understand, because if you do not do this step correctly, chances are when you're ready to polish your car, you will inflict more damage than what you're trying to do. So what is decontamination, you're probably asking yourself. So decontamination is you're getting ready to get your car set up to get it polished, and what you need to do is you need to clean and prep your clear coat of your car ready to get it polished. So the process that I do is pretty cheap and inexpensive. You don't need those expensive chemicals or products. So today I'm going to show you how to do that by using just a simple water nozzle and a hose. That's all you need. You don't need a power washer. You just need to know how to work chemicals. That's it. So the first chemical we're going to talk about is using Rage from Superior. We've already made a video. Well, I already made a video about this, and you already know, guys, I love this stuff because it is super effective. And the reason why I use Rage right now when I'm ready to decontaminate my car is because I want to get rid of the traffic film. As you can see, all that black crap, that is what I'm trying to attack first. So first thing I'm going to do is spray my Rage onto this paint. So let's do this. Top to bottom, like last time. Be careful when the wind is hitting you, because this stuff can be potent. Hit you in the eye and then you'll be choking, and then you don't want that. Of course, when you're doing this, you want to make sure the panel is cool to the touch. You do not want to spray chemicals directly to a hot surface, because then it will stain your clear coat, and then you'll add more work to your polishing stage. So careful with that. Just want to let y'all know. So I'm going to be liberal with this stuff. Let it do its thing. So I'm going to let this sit for a bit, but before we go ahead and rinse this off, I want to show you guys what kind of chemicals I'm using as well. In this bucket right here, I have a Mitt, and inside of here I have a soap that is used to strip all that crap and grime off your car. Which one it is, you ask me, is this guy right here called Dirt Buster from Superior. This is a cleaning soap. This is what you want when you are decontaminating your paint of your car. Sure, if you can't find that soap, you can use this right here. This is called Purple Power Vehicle and Boat Wash. This works as well. It's amazing. But back to the point of why you need a soap to strip off the contaminants. You gotta understand that when you buy soaps at your local store, you're mostly getting soaps that are called pH balanced soaps. Those pH balanced soaps are not cleaning soaps as much. They do not clean. All they do is lift and remove the contaminants off your paint. There's the point. It's just lifting and removing the stuff off your paint. It is not cleaning your car paint. That is the difference between lifting and cleaning. So that's why I recommend a good quality soap that will clean your car paint. You could also use Dawn soap. That's the old school method. But nowadays I want to try something new. And the other thing you can add to your soap is this right here. You can use any degreaser. For now I'm using Super Clean. I just add a couple ounces onto this and I add it, and we'll go to town. So I'll let this Rage sit there for about a minute or so. I'm going to go ahead and rinse it off. So here we go. Again, I'm rinsing it off with just a simple nozzle, simple garden hose. And there you go. A lot better, huh? Make sure you flush this completely off so you can get all the crap and grime off. Alrighty. So at this point, I'm confident enough to say that I got about 50 to 40% off of traffic pressure off the car, and I'm comfortable with that. The reason why I want to do that is because I want to safely move the dirt out of the car, because the less scrubbing I do, the less chances are that I will scratch the paint's car. the paint of the car. So I'm gonna go ahead now, get my mitt side of this bucket, get it ready with the solution, and I'm gonna go ahead and start from top to bottom. And clean my car. You want to scrub the car's paint at a moderate pressure. Do not go haywire by pushing the crap out of it. Think of it as washing dishes here. You want to scrub, but you don't want to break the plates, right? Same thing here. You want to scrub, but don't want to jack up the car's paint. So I'm going to go ahead, portions where I see that there's a bunch of crap, I'm going to scrub, and if I miss the spot, I'm going to flip the mitt over. I'm going to go again, make sure I didn't miss any spots that I didn't get. You can see all that crap is coming off, so cool, right? So again, on my last videos, you can see there's still crap on the mitt. Before I put this mitt back into the bucket, I'm going to make sure that I get the hose and the nozzle. Go ahead, spray all that junk off. And wring my mitt out. Get all that crap off. Now I'm left with the perfectly okay mitt to restart, and all I'm going to do is dunk it back to the water. So I'm going to go ahead, rinse this solution off, and get it ready for the next procedure. Okay, so to the untrained eye, most of the people would say, this car is ready, this car is clean, and we're set to polish. But hold on, it ain't, because it's not ready for polishing yet. You gotta understand, clear coat is porous, and inside of your clear coat, there's sometimes that materials tend to bond with it. And some of that is called iron deposits, or traffic film, or bird crap. The way to find out if you got embedded contaminants in your clear coat is pretty simple. Run your finger or your hand around it, and if it feels like it's sandpaper, then guess what? You got bonded contaminants on your clear coat. Now, there's two processes that I use to get rid of these bonded materials. One of them is what the YouTubers of the detailing world called it nowadays. Is called chemical decontamination. Chemical decontamination is using a chemical to remove those certain parts. What I'm looking after is iron deposits. Iron deposits can be emitted from your brake pads. Well, that brake material will come out, excuse me, shoot out to the clear coat and bond to your paint. We need to get those off. Also, if you live by a railroad, all that stuff from the train can bond as well. If you work by a glass company and all that metal stuff that comes out of that company, you will have it bonded to your clear coat. So one way you can find out that if you have that glass material in there, what I use is this right here, the Eagle One triple cleaning foam wheel cleaner, and this has a chemical that reacts to the iron deposits. We're going to go ahead and show you how this works. So, is this safe to use on your clear coat and your paint? Go ahead, spray it top to bottom. One note to understand about this chemical: you want to be careful smelling this because it smells like a skunk's rear end, and you will probably gag and start choking if you're not careful with this. So sometimes I recommend a mask, but for now, I'm okay with that. So don't beat me up on the comments. Go ahead, spray it, be liberal with it. It's okay, it's only $5 at Walmart. You'll live. Now, you're gonna let this sit for a bit, and you want to eyeball the paint as this emulsifies in your clear coat. There are some sections over here that I'm starting to see that it's starting to become purple, turn purple, and that's a good thing, because if you can zoom in right there, that purple spot is indicating that you have iron embedded in your clear coat, and that's what you want to see. Now, again, you want this to be sitting on your clear coat for about a couple minutes, 1 or 2 minutes, and you want to have the panel cool to the touch, because this will stain if it's extremely hot. So work in a shaded area if you can. If not, work in sections and rinse off as fast as you can. So I'm looking at this and I'm seeing that there's not a lot of iron embedded, but there's still some. So I'm going to go ahead now and rinse this off. Just for the sake of the video, rinse it off. And on some really dirty cars, you will see it bleeding on the ground, but this one, I maintain it regularly. And this is 6 months into it, so I'm ready to polish it again. Alright, so I flushed the chemical out. Now I'm ready for the last step of the decontamination process, and that process is called mechanical decontamination. Mechanical decontamination is pretty simple to understand. All you need is a piece of clay bar that they sell you over there at your local stores, at Walmart, Pet Boys, or anywhere. This is a piece of clay. As you can see, all you have to do is mush it up, turn it into a little putty, add some lubricant, and what you're going to do is you're going to glide it back and forth really fast. Do not put no pressure on it. This works off of friction, and you're going to shear the rest of the contaminants that are bonded to your car. I like using a clay bar, but the problems with the clay bar is that if you drop it on the floor, you have to throw it away, because whatever's on the ground, this will pick it up and absorb it, and then whatever's on the floor, you're now introducing it to your paint, and you're going to scratch the living crap out of it. So I'm not going to use the clay bar. What I use instead is what I love to use the most, is this guy right here. This guy is a clay mitt. This is a synthetic material of that clay bar, but it works the same. But now if you drop this thing, you can just get your nozzle from your hose, rinse it off, and then use it again. You don't have to worry about dropping or anything. And the good thing about it is this is bigger than a clay bar, so you're covering more surface area, and you'll be working faster and more effective if you're running a business. So this is the one that I love to use, so I'm going to show you how to work this. Now again, you need to lubricate this stuff right here, the synthetic material, because if you don't, you will mar the clear coat. Marring is a symptom where you look at your clear coat and it looks like someone freaking smushed your clear coat, and you don't want that to happen. So what I do is I use a lubricant. There's thousands of lubricants for a clay bar. They're expensive, some of them are cheap, but here I'm going to show you an inexpensive way to use a lubricant for your clay mitt right here. And that inexpensive thing is your soap. So get your mitt again, back and forth, and we're going to break this material in on the window. So you're going to go back and forth, and do that. You're going to hear a little that means there are some contaminants in them. So you're going to go ahead until you don't hear nothing anymore. And when you feel it smooth to the touch, that is telling you to back off and work at another section. So I broke it in. Go back again with my soap. I'm gonna go ahead and let you hear it. You can hear that stuff. Now my panel feels smooth to the touch, so I'm gonna back the hell out and start working on another section. Now when you're using this, make sure you do not do circular motions, because there is a tendency of you to scratch up your paint quicker by doing circular motions, so it's back and forth. Once you do that, same thing as the Mitt, rinse it off, dunk it back to the bucket, and rinse away. At this point, you're ready to drive off the car, because when you touch it now, I'm sorry about that, the floor is kind of dirty. You can touch it and you can feel that the paint is very smooth. So now when you're drying off your car, I recommend a good quality microfiber towel like this. They sell them at Walmart. And you can dry your car from top to bottom. Now, what I'm trying to tell you guys is that use quality microfiber towels when drying your car. Because if you're using a chamois or anything else, that defeats the purpose of decontaminating, because now the chamois has created swirls, and now you have to work 3 times as more than when you began, because that is scratching up the clear coat. So, good quality microfiber towel like this, and it'll help you go through your day. So, at this point, go ahead and dry it off, and then you will admire your paintwork, because it'll be clean and ready for you to polish it. Now, this is only for cars that really need this process. This is not a regular thing to do every day. This is like when you go to the ER. If you need surgery, you need it. Same thing with the car. If it needs surgery to work on its clear coat, we're going to do this process. But not every time when you go to the doctor you need a surgery, right? So when you really need to do this, this is how I do it. This is a cheap and inexpensive way to decontaminate your car. It works, and I found that it's the best way to do it. Hope you guys like this part, and let me go ahead and remind you guys, go ahead and subscribe, click that like button, ring that bell, go ahead and comment and tell me what I did right and what I did good. So on the next time, I'll see you guys later.